I've looked at Variaudio, Cubase's fantastic new function that allows for audio file elasticity, in another tutorial. Now I want to look at it in more detail to illustrate some of its other features. First though, I want to tidy up my Arrange page and save processing power, so I'll go to Devices and open VST Instruments. You can see at present I have two VST instruments running, Groove Agent 1 for my drum track and Monologue that was running my original bass line. As is often the case with arranging a song, I've realised that I want what was the bass line to become a synth riff, and it will replace the guitar riff recorded earlier. It might well be I go back to my original plan to include the guitar riff, but until that happens I've disabled it and placed it in this folder out of sight so as to keep my screen clear. Cubase has the ability to save your processing power by allowing you to freeze your instruments. What this does is render the MIDI-driven synth to an audio output. You might wonder why not just export it as an audio file. Well, freezing the instrument means you can subsequently edit the MIDI notes if you realise this is what you need. You can't easily do this with an audio file, so if you want to edit later, just unfreeze the instrument. For now, I'll freeze both the Groove Agent 1 synth, driving my drums, and Monologue, driving the synth. I'll freeze Monologue first by clicking this button. Now I'll freeze Groove Agent. Good. Just go back to my Arrange view now. OK, to save time, I've already recorded a backing vocal that will be used as a counterpoint harmony to go over the introduction at the beginning and all the other choruses. It's in my folder at the bottom of the page, so I'll open it and drag the vocal line to the top here. I'll re-enable it and solo it to hear it. Let me click it once first, click the shortcut P to place the locators just around it, then go to the bottom here and click here to expand the view to fit these locators. I'll just play it back to check it. Welcome to surveillance state. Rough and ready, so let's tidy it up and use Variaudio to get the pitching correct. I'll open the sample editor. Now I'll close Definition at the top left here and open Variaudio. First I'll click Pitch and Warp. I just need to drag the screen around to find the analysis. So when I click Pitch and Warp, Variaudio analyses my vocal file and indicates the pitches with these rectangles. The squiggly lines or threads inside precisely track the pitching, indicating all fluctuations. Even at first glance I can see some of the pitching is incorrect, so I'll just move some stray notes to where they should be. The first 4 are OK, but this section needs repitching to get it correct. Now, these 2 rectangles should be pitched at the note A. You can see the piano keyboard and scale at the left here, and you can mouse over the notes to be informed of its pitch here. When the notes are corrected, I get the note indicated in the rectangle. Right, I'll adjust these notes to get them right, and then I'll go through the whole file whilst you make yourself a coffee. I'll switch off the screen recording whilst I do this, so as to keep this tutorial file size down. Enjoy your coffee whilst I work. When the notes are corrected, I get the note indicated in the rectangle. Well, now I've recorded the vocal for each of the choruses for the best quality. I didn't really want to use the time stretching. OK, I'll quickly go through this chorus so I can show you how Variaudio lets you know how far the average pitch is. I'll pitch and warp this chorus now. When I mouse over the notes, I'm told how far out the pitching is. For example, here I'm told this C sharp note is slightly sharp. So I'll just drag the note appropriately. OK, I'll carry on. You get something to eat now whilst I do this. Right, here we are again in the sample editor with our notes now corrected. However, I don't want as much pitch variation in terms of vibrato to occur. The thread that horizontally runs across our Variaudio rectangle indicates the amount of vibrato fluctuation that does occur. For example, in this second note, notice the thread goes too extreme at the end. So, to correct all the notes, I'll click them one at a time. To highlight them, then I'll click Straighten Pitch here and move this slider to the right to remove the vibrato. Easy. I'll go through all the extreme notes now and move the Straighten Pitch slider to confine the threads to within the note rectangles. Obviously, if they stray outside of a rectangles, they move out of tune. Right, I'll do this. You have a lie down now. All done. Let's hear it back in the mix. Sounds good to me in stereo. Now you're hearing this in mono, I know, but you'll still be able to notice the spurious tuning is now corrected and it's better in the mix. Variaudio is a great tool to easily allow pitch and vibrato adjustments to an audio file.